Gilberts. Welcome to my live call in my gym, in my home. And I'm going to talk about the question, or address the question, is this going to hold you back in 2021, and what that is. And for those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in network marketing for over 41 years, full-time for 28 years. I started in this business, totally broke, sold a junk truck to get started. And so I'm one of those people that believes very strongly in the future of network marketing, and I love to teach others how they too can follow the path that I followed and experience success. So I'm going to acknowledge some great people that are going to join us. And let me see. We have TJ. Hey, Tanya, how are you doing? Good to see you this evening. I'm going a little bit later, but it's been a anyway, longer day. Flavio in Ecuador. Nice to see you. Pleasure to see you. And then, Eden. Hey, woo, wow. Good to see you, Eden. That's right, man. Where are you now? You still in California? Angie. Hey, from Michigan. Nice to see you, Angie. Barry Blake in the country of New Zealand. Boy, you're the furthest one out, Barry. And Dennis in the Philippines. Good to see you, TJ. Oh, I'm doing fine, TJ. Thank you. And hope you are too. And I know you've had some struggles, so you're an awesome. Andrina in Texas, good to see you. Oh, Dennis in California, excuse me. Hey, Dennis, good to see you, man. Oh, Eden says back in Arizona, man. It sounds beautiful over there. That's right, Andrina, nice to see you. I'm glad you did. And then Sanjay, Sandra, in Vermont. Hey, nice to see you. It's probably cold up there, though. Vermont. Went to the White Mountains once over there. It was beautiful. And Nizan from the country of Singapore. Nice to see you. Benjamin in Pennsylvania. Good to see you. And George in New York City. Good to see you, George. What's up? Good to see you, my friend. So I hope some of you, how many of you are doing a 90-day run now, or at least your first 30 days? You're doing a 30-day run. Oh, Eden's been there. You know Eden. I remember doing meetings out there in Vermont back in the 1990s. I'll never forget it. Interesting state. And Rhonda, nice to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Benjamin, good to see you. So if some of you are doing a 90-day run, then, let me know about it and let me know how it's going and how your New Year's kicked off. I hope it's going well and you have fresh ideas. But so here's the thing. I wanted just to share this thought with you because it's very important. And that is when I talk about, not to do this, what was it that I wrote? See, I'll have to go back to my note there. Oh yeah. Is this holding you back in 2021? What is the thing that could hold you back? The only thing that's going to hold you back in 2021 is you. That's it. It's not going to be your circumstances. Because when you look at my story, if some of you read my book, Reaching the Peak, that's on Amazon, then you know that 28 years ago, I started broke. I had to sell a junk truck to get started. I did not have circumstances that was favorable to getting started in a business. I didn't have that. I didn't have resources. I had to be resourceful. And that was come up with ideas, a way to get started, which is what I did. I sold a junk truck, got started, put $200 into my business. I've been full-time now for 28 years. So I didn't have the right circumstances. I didn't have the resources, but I had a strong desire. The thing that you don't want to do in 2021 is relive all the bad experiences that you've had in the past. That was something that I did do back then. But here's the thing that I want, I made a post on this sometime back in Facebook, and I'm just going to quote it because at the time I think I was sitting in the sauna and I just had this thought. And anyway, and here's what I wrote. I wrote, you cannot outperform who you believe you are unless you see yourself differently. You cannot outperform who you believe you are unless you see yourself differently. That's the problem with many in this business. They don't see themselves differently. They see themselves as defined by their disappointments. They see themselves as defined by mistakes. They see themselves defined by lack of results. And so then, since they see themselves that way, they can never outperform that. Therefore, they're always going to live up to it. If you remember when I went in back 28 years ago when I was bankrupt broke and getting started in network marketing full time, back then, remember I went down Dream Street and I looked at all those beautiful homes and I said to myself, yes, this is the way it's going to be. And this is the way my life is going to turn out. That house, the one with the pillars, yes, I'm going to have a house just like that. Those rose gardens, perennial gardens, I'm going to have a garden or two. That Mercedes in the driveway, I'm going to put a BMW next to it. You see, I accepted it as if it was already done. Now, if I had thought, well, I've never been successful in network marketing. I've tried this. I've tried a few companies. It has not worked out. I just haven't made the money. I haven't had the success. I don't have the story. There's no evidence whatsoever to convince me that this is going to work. Why would it work? Those are what we call red light stories. Stories that disempower us because we reference our life to the past. It's very important in this new year that you don't do that. Now you're going to see, and you need to check on yourself too. You can also take notes. I challenge you to do that. Starting tomorrow, maybe tonight. Watch where your thoughts will default to. Or when you wake up tomorrow and you're going to get going in this business, what do you think about? Where does your mind drift to? How often do you go back to the past? Or how often do you re-feel those feelings of disappointment that you experienced in the past? Because whatever we feel and think about most is what we attract. We're going to attract more of it. And my good old buddy Ray Higdon, his message, I believe, was today. He said, that be grateful for the things that hasn't happened yet. That's going to happen. You've heard me say in the past, and I'll say it again, you're not going to get more unless you're grateful for what you already have. If you say, well, I don't have much, Jeff. I don't have much. You're doing all right. Okay. Go back 28 years ago when I didn't have a pot to pee in, okay? When I didn't have any money in my pocket. Okay? When I walked down that dream street, I wasn't thinking, look at all these rich people, probably never worked a day in their life. The money they probably got from their parents. See, I didn't have envy. I didn't think, well, I'm never going to make it in this. I thought, no, this is the way it's going to be, and this is how my life is going to turn out. That's the way you got to think. Tony Robbins taught me that 28 years ago. And that was before the book The Secret was written, when they talked about the law of attraction. Tony taught the principles of it, and I was applying those principles. I had to force my mind to think a certain way. I had to force myself to think that way. Nobody's perfect. You're going to have imperfect thoughts. You're going to have feelings that are really coming out of fear. The fear of failure. The fear of being something you're not. When you have all the potential in the world, and all it takes is a shift. And shifting to gratitude. Because there is things to be grateful for in your life. I mean, if your children are healthy and you have them, and be grateful. When you wake up tomorrow and you have another day of life, be grateful. I have some friends. One of my leaders just this week died of COVID. A very strong leader. Got that news on the weekend. I didn't like hearing that. I did not like hearing that. That was very sad. Very sad. But it's, on the weekend, there was another couple. I went out to see them, to help them out because they both have COVID. To bring them something to their home. I'm just saying that, that we need to be grateful for the life that we have, for those around us, our family, our children, our wife, or if you have a husband. Find gratitude. You're rich already in so many ways. In so many ways. So we don't need to make ourselves discontented with those very things. I remember a man, I don't know who wrote this, but it said a man travels all the world to find what he's looking for, only to come back home and find it. I never forgot that. A man travels all over the world to find what he's looking for, only to come back home and find it. And in my travels, I've experienced that. That when I would fly away, leave Michelle, leave the kids, and I'd fly to be gone for weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, going to India, going to another country, wherever. Just going to some places I'm thinking, I hope I make it back home. Only when I got back home, I thought, wow, this is it. This is my happiness. Sure, I like helping leaders. I like doing that. But make no mistake, the things that made me feel happy and wealthy had nothing to do with money. So I really hope that you do that. I really hope you do that. I want to go back to that. What I wrote, what I thought about in my sauna, that you cannot outperform who you believe you are unless you see yourself differently. See yourself differently in 2021, this year. That's what I want to see for you. Watch what you think about. Forget about the past. Forget about the failures. That's what I did 28 years ago. I said, you know what? That was me. That was then. I don't care. I'm a new person now. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to the old man. I'm not going to listen to the old voice. I'm not going to listen to fear. I'm going to embrace what I can be. You need to embrace what you can be. And just do it this year. Wake up every day and feel excited. Be grateful. And you're going to see more things come your way when you are. So that's my message tonight. I just want to give you a shout out from my gym. And I got to get on a Zoom call early in the morning. So thanks for joining me tonight. Love all of you guys. Take care.